Item edit, multi-edit. There's times in your store when you have items in a group of like items that you have to change the price for. They all would have the same price, let's say, or it may not be a price thing. You may be just working on your database and you want to make some changes. We have an ability to select a group of items using our filters and then make mass change to those all at once. So let's take a look at this. Go into items. I'm going to use a filter I built before as the first example, and I'm going to use these Marlboro packs. So to use the multi-edit, first thing we need to do is get the products on the screen that we want to work with. So in this case, this is showing 1 of 25 of 27 records. So we need to go ahead and set this to 50 so that the grid will contain all of the products. Now, in this particular case, I know I'm going to take a certain group of Marlboros and I need to change their price. But if I look closely, I can see some of them have a different price. So I don't have this filter, let's say, set just right to grab everything that I need to grab. So I could easily sort by price, and I'm sorted low to high in this case. Then what I want to do is click up here on the top of the grid. If I click an item like this, I've picked just those 2 items. If I click this up here at the very top, I've selected all of them. Now, if I look, I've got 27 items selected. But in this case, I don't want to do these top few because they're a different price point and I don't want to change them. So all I have to do is just check those off. So now we're down to 21 items. I click edit. Once I'm in this screen, I'm able to make changes to anything that I see. So I can change a department, I can change a size, a brand. Any of these things can be changed. Right now, I know I'm in here working on this. I could just say I want to make sure consumers units are set to 1 for these. But what I really want to do is get to the price. So the price is now going to be $6.99. So I change the fields that I want to change and I click save. Once I do that, I've actually then updated the database and all those products will have changed. Okay, so let's look at another use for the multi-edit. So this particular database came from our version 3.5 customer, and it had, let's just say, a brand field. It didn't have the ability to have a sub-brand. So if we take a look and see things, and we look at Budweiser, seems like I always gravitate towards that. You see the database is set up where there's Budweiser, and then there's Bud Light, and Bud Light Rita, and so forth and so on. And really, that's, let's just say, not exactly the most ideal way to do it, given the fact that now we have a better way to do it. So I'm going to edit this product here, and I have this set to a brand of Bud Light. So I want to set this to Budweiser. And the sub-brand, in this case, we don't have one right now set for Bud Light. So I'm going to pop out of here and actually head over to brands real quick so I can show you this. So what I would want to do then is look for Bud Light and edit it. And in this case, I'm going to use this parent brand field to pick Budweiser. So now I have the brand Bud Light is actually is a daughter, let's say, or the parent would be Budweiser. So now if I head back over to my edit list again, we look up Bud, and we see this Bud Light. Now we have the ability to set this to Budweiser, and we have the ability to set this to Bud Light. So we've established that sub-brand, the sub-brand being, you know, the Budweiser's the parent. I keep wanting to say child, but that just is irritating. So anyway, I click save. So now I want to actually fix all of those at once. So if I come back up in here and I add a filter, and this time I'm going to say brand equals Bud Light. I could type Bud Light and apply it. So there's all of our Bud Lights. So we've got 56 items. Remember, we want to set this to, in this case, 100, so that we have all those on the screen. Now we're going to click up here to select all 56. We're going to say edit. We're going to pick Budweiser as the brand. And the sub-brand is now going to be Bud Light. We're going to click Save. So this is going to go through the database and update all those items, have them set. Not something that you would have to do every day, but a really good example of, where, and now we can see there's no records found here that are brand Bud Light anymore because that's really a sub-brand. All those items are now in sub-brand. So if I were to click on this, take that away and say Budweiser and apply, those Bud Lights are now appear as brand Budweiser, sub-brand Bud Light. So you get the idea. It's very, very useful. Doing and using contains is a great way to find items and then use multi-edit to make the change and get your database set up so that you can then take advantage of the rest of the features that those extra fields give us.